What is going on, and welcome back to another episode of iCoach Nutrition Radio. So, guys, today I'm going to dive into an interesting topic of essentially how to make buying healthy food take less effort than buying unhealthy food, right? And the reason, the way that we're going to be able to do this, right, is through actually planning, right? Planning ahead in order to set yourself up for success, right? Being proactive versus being reactive, right? What do most people do when they go to the grocery store? Most people, they go to the grocery store and they go there without a plan, right? Without a list, right? And so then what ends up happening? Well, you end up leaving the grocery store with way more than you intended on in the first place, spending more money than you intended on in the first place, right? Leaving with things that you didn't plan on buying in the first place, right? We've all been there before. We go to the grocery store for something, even if it's just one item, and you walk out of there with five things, right? So failure to plan is planning to fail, right? You've heard me say that. You've heard that statement a million times, right? And so that is how we're going to be able to combat, right, this idea that, oh, eating healthy is hard or eating healthy is more expensive than not eating healthy, right? Because when you make a list, right, when you make a plan, right, and then you execute on that plan, what's going to end up happening is, number one, you're going to leave that store with much healthier food. You're going to leave that store have saving money, right, and not spending money on extra things that you didn't need there in the first place, right? You're going to end up a lot healthier than you would have been if you were just buying all this junk food that you didn't want, right? Because if it's in your house, you're going to eat it, right? And so it's an idea here of essentially being able to think to ourselves, how can buying healthy food actually take less effort than buying unhealthy food, right? So when we do this, we need to make a list, right? We need to think to ourselves, what are we going to the store for, right? If we're grocery shopping for a few days, or we're grocery shopping for the week, or we're grocery shopping for 2 weeks, what is that? What is that duration that we're going to be grocery shopping for? All right. From there, what are the different food items that we're going to need, right? So, for example, which vegetables are we going to get, fresh or frozen? Which fruits are we going to get, fresh or frozen? All right. You get fresh and frozen, right? But what are we going to need in that aspect of things? With protein, right? What proteins are we going to need? Meats, seafood, eggs, dairy items, protein shakes, protein bars, whatever there, right? But being able to ask ourselves what protein sources we're going to get. Same thing with our healthy fats, same thing with our carbohydrates, right? But essentially being able to make a list, right, of what are the whole foods that we're going to need to buy, right? What are we going to be cooking for the week here? Do we have recipes that we want to follow, right? Or do we want to just simply make sure that we buy all of those different items so that we can build out iCoach plates, right? And look, especially, you're probably going to want to get some snacks. You're going to probably want to get some maybe not as healthy food or junk food or whatever there, especially if you got kids and things like that. I totally get it, right? But if I'm sitting there looking at your grocery shopping list and you want to live a healthy lifestyle, right? Well, then 80% of that grocery shopping list should be whole foods. It should be healthy foods that are going to help to nourish your body and fuel your body. All right. So that you're feeling your best, so that you have the most energy levels that you possibly can be and have the most productivity and the best digestion, right? And be in the best mood, right? And be able to make sure that what you're putting into your body is going to be a direct reflection of what you get out of your body. Right. So again, this is not like, oh my God, I have to eat perfect, right? Or I can't ever have anything that's unhealthy. All right. It's just realizing that, hey, if I can come up with a plan, if I can actually make a list that I'll follow when I go to the grocery store, well, now all of a sudden you're going to be way more proactive in your approach, right? You're going to end up going to the grocery store and getting exactly what you went to get, right? You're going to end up buying healthy food. The majority of your cart is going to be healthy food, right? You're going to be able to take this food and now be set up for success for your week, right? And so failure to plan is planning to fail. So how do we combat, right, this idea that buying unhealthy food takes less effort than buying healthy food? Well, plan, right? Plan ahead, right? Make the list, right? And that way you can make sure that you're setting yourself up for success, right? Failure to do this is almost guaranteeing that you're going to buy more unhealthy food. You're going to spend more money than you wanted to spend. You're not going to be as prepared for the week. You're going to end up probably finding yourself eating out fast food or restaurant food more than what you had wanted to, or more than what you had planned. The goals that you had set for yourself that you're working towards, you're probably going to miss the mark on, because again, this all comes back to failure to plan, right? So back to the first question here, right? How do we make healthy food take less time than buying unhealthy food? make a list, come up with a plan, execute the plan. Failure to do this is going to guarantee that you're going to end up going to the grocery store, buying way more unhealthy food, spending way more money, right? Or maybe not even going to the grocery store at all and just being in reactive mode all week long. Being in reactive mode sucks, right? Being in reactive mode is stressful. It doesn't allow you to be able to, accomplish your goals, right? You're going to feel in a very reactive place throughout the whole entire week there. And then that comes with, feeling guilty and not following through with the things that you say that you want to do and losing integrity with yourself and so on and so forth. So failure to plan, planning to fail. If you want to make eating healthy easy, come up with a plan. You might not have to do this for the rest of your life, but if this is something that's new to you, if this is a skill set that you haven't developed the confidence in, I would highly, highly, highly recommend taking the 5, 10, 15-minute investment of time there and planning out your grocery shopping trip before you actually go and take that trip. And not to mention, another thing that you could also do here is just simply think to yourself that a lot of these grocery stores offer, online shopping, right? You can have, curbside pickup, or you can even have it delivered to your house. So if you can sit there and you can do it online, right? Well, now again, you're going to be in a much less reactive place, being able to do that and control the narrative there without having all the stresses of the store being busy and maybe them not having things that you wanted to get, and just, having like shiny object syndrome as you're shopping through and going through the aisles and picking things that maybe you weren't planning on getting in the first place there. So if you can go with that option, that's going to make your environment, we're a product of our environment, right? So that'll make your environment easier to stay in line with your goals. But even if you're going into the store there, make a list, come up with a plan, follow through with your plan, execute on your plan, and you will be so much happier that you did that. You'll be so much healthier, and you're going to save money there in the process. And you're going to save time. It's an investment of time to therefore save time. It's going to make your grocery shopping trip a lot shorter because you're not going to sit there and be wasting time in the store. So I hope this quick tip helps you. If you have any questions, as always, please let me know. And I hope you'll have an amazing day. Hope you'll have an amazing week. Hope you'll have a great weekend. And yeah, until next time. Thanks, guys.